Hey guys, my name is Danny and I'm your life and relationship coach. And today I wanted to talk about boring relationships. Is it worth saving or should you break up? And this is usually a common question, especially when you kind of get into what feels like a routine in a relationship, and it's a routine for an extended period of time. Oftentimes this question comes up in long-term relationships, people that have been in relationships for a few years, for many, many years, and they feel like they've just gotten stuck and they don't really know how to get out of it. So they are in a place where they're contemplating whether they should just break up and leave the relationship or try to fix it. One of the things that I recommend for people, and the first step in understanding or figuring out whether you should break up or if you stay in the relationship, is self-reflection. I talk about it all the time. It's one of my primary things when I'm working with people, which is self-awareness and mindset and just self-reflection in general, right? Because the reality is, people only know you to the extent that you know yourself. And it's a quote that I say all the time, especially when I'm working with clients one-on-one, but it's true. And it's the simplest way of putting it for people to understand. If you do not know how you tick, if you do not know how you process emotion, if you don't understand what makes you happy or what makes you bored or what makes you sad, how is it that you would expect your partner to know, right? You are responsible for yourself. You are responsible for your emotions. You are responsible for your way of thinking, your perception, and how you view the world. So if you are struggling with this, it is going to be difficult for your partner to be able to navigate a relationship with you. So take the time to sit back and ask yourself the hard questions, the difficult questions, the questions that are at the core of some of these issues. Why am I bored? When did I become bored? Have I always been bored in this relationship? What aspects of the relationship in the beginning did I really love or did I find exciting that drew me to this individual? What is missing in regards to those things that initially attracted me to this person? Is it something that I am going through personally, emotionally, that's affecting the relationship? Is it something that they're doing specifically? Are they not communicating with me? Is there a lack of intimacy? Do I not feel like they understand me? Really kind of diving in and flushing out a lot of these things will help to gain some clarity and some new perspective so that you can actually sit down and have an effective and productive conversation with your partner in order to understand where the issues are and is it possible to fix them. If you have not done this yet, then I would not recommend at all breaking up. You have to put the work in first, right? You don't want to have any regrets. And in order to not have any regrets, you have to feel like you have put in the work. You have done everything you possibly can to fix the relationship. The second thing that you should ask yourself is, are the fundamentals present, right? So is there trust? Is there loyalty? Is there communication? Is there love? Is there respect? Is there admiration? Are you able to resolve conflict when you guys are talking or when you're communicating? If a lot of these fundamentals are there, then it's really just about adjusting the dynamic of the relationship, right? Maybe changing a few things here and there to bring back some excitement into the relationship. And that can be as simple as doing things together that you haven't done before, right? Stepping outside of your comfort zone, trying something that scares the living bejesus out of you, but you feel like you can share that experience with your partner and feel like they would have a good time and you would have a good time. And honestly, it would be a really good bonding experience for the two of you guys. If the fundamentals are not there, if you feel like there is a lack of trust, you don't really admire your partner anymore, there's a sense of not respecting your partner, there's contempt, those are all red flags, right? Those are all things that I take a look at in my one-on-one sessions and say, okay, so what is the possibility? What is the chances of this relationship surviving if the fundamental aspects of a relationship are not there? And it's something that you also need to ask yourself. You know, are you still attracted to your partner? Do you envision a future with your partner. And if none of these things are present, then it's very possible that you've gotten to a point where it's time to move on. It's time to move past this relationship, because trying to rebuild the fundamentals in a relationship, I will be 100% honest with you, takes time. It takes patience, a sense of humility, and really just in general, a lot of energy. So if you're willing to invest that time and that energy, then of course, for me, I always recommend trying to work things out in a relationship. But if you are 100% sure and adamant about the fact that you don't have the energy to rebuild some of these fundamental elements, it's probably time to move on. The third one is reigniting the spark. So how do you reignite the spark, right? So if the fundamental aspects are there and it's really just about shifting the dynamic in the relationship, again, like I mentioned before, it's just about doing things that you guys have not done together, trying new things, changing up the routine, stepping outside of your comfort zone. All of these things as an individual will excite you and will obviously kick in the adrenaline, which contributes to attraction in the relationship. And you'll start to kind of feel a shift in the dynamic. You'll start to kind of feel a change in the way that you perceive your partner because you're seeing them in a different light, in a different environment. And this is, again, one of the crucial pieces to really getting out of this routine of boredom in your relationship. If you are struggling to do those types of things, if you just really don't want to try these things and you feel like you've already tried them, right? You've gone through the relationship for a few years and you feel like you've invested the time and you've tried to convince your partner to do all these things and it's just never really worked, or you are doing these things and you're still unhappy, then at that point, I would say it's probably a good idea to step away from the relationship. If you feel like you have tried everything and you know you will have no regrets, but you still are not satisfied, you still don't feel fulfilled, you still are unhappy, it's probably time to move on. If you related to this video, if you liked this video, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. I love having open dialogue with people. So if it's something that you related to, if you feel like there's something that I may have missed or you wanted me to cover a little bit more, please make sure you leave your comments in the box below. I love to read the comments. If you just want to dive in a little bit deeper, you want a little bit more information, you can visit us at happilycommitted.com, where we have a multitude of different articles and blogs and videos that you can utilize. If you want to book a one-on-one coaching session with myself or one of the other amazing coaches that we have on the team, you can also book directly through the website. Again, my name is Danny. I'm your life and relationship coach. I hope you guys are staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you guys soon.